Flamengo fans are outraged by the likely lineup, complaining about the presence of certain players. People are already kind of fed up. Be careful when you speak now, right? You have to watch what you say. Is fed up all right? I think it's okay, right? Man, how crazy is all this, right, man? Now we have to be careful with the things we're going to say. There are things my grandma used to say, my grandpa, my uncle, the older people used to say, we can't use them anymore. What kind of craziness is this, man? Now Neymar is being attacked for using a term that everyone has always used. Oh, but now it's going to be considered, my God, my God. Man, people really want Brazil, let me tell you. Later, they ask why you live outside Brazil. This is one of the reasons. Then there will be those people who'll say, no, so just stay there. Stay there, then it's fine. It's fine. They just don't accept differences, right? But man, let me tell you something, huh? The situation is really bad. We're here with information about Flamengo for you. There's also the issue with Pedro, right? Pedro's contract renewal. We also have the situation with Michael, which was brought up. Man, there's a lot to talk about here. We're also going to discuss this moment of anger from Flamengo fans towards some players and the streak of some players at the club. That's how we're kicking things off. Hey guys, greetings Rubro Negro fans. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just joining us, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe below, turn on notifications with the bell, and leave a like on the video. We're here thanks to the sponsorship of Caravana do Haroldo. If you want to travel with Mengão, attend Flamengo matches in Rio with the ticket included and full support from Caravana do Haroldo. You can contact them right now on WhatsApp and make arrangements because this company has been taking Flamengo fans to the games since '81, since that 1981 world title, man. Some clubs don't have a world title, but Flamengo has had one since 1981. And you can also secure your spot at the Libertadores games outside Brazil, as well as Brasileirão games all over Brazil and the Copa do Brasil too. So call Caravana do Haroldo and you won't regret it. Also, remember that you can lose weight in a healthy way with the Mais Slim program from Mais Cabelo. The Mais Slim program from Mais Cabelo is real. Everyone is doing the treatment because besides everything, you also control hair loss. Besides that, Mais Cabelo also offers hair treatment. So check it out. It's the leader in its field across Brazil. There's always a Mais Cabelo clinic near you anywhere in Brazil. Man, we have Flamengo fans here complaining a lot about the probable lineup. We're going to bring that up here, but Flamengo has some important situations to address. With Leo Pereira's return, Flamengo once again has all of its center backs available, and they're looking to regain the defensive consistency that marked the beginning of Leonardo Jardim's work. With number 4 on the field, with Leo Pereira, the team kept a clean sheet, and in matches against Fluminense, Cruzeiro, Botafogo, and Remo, we didn't concede any goals. Without him, the defense started conceding goals again, as happened against Corinthians and in the most recent matches, including the 3-0 defeat to Red Bull Bragantino. Yeah, my friends, Leo Pereira. Leo Pereira, back then, President Fulandim asked Jorge Jesus about him, and Jorge Jesus didn't even hesitate to swap him for Pablo Mari, okay? A key player on the team, Leo Pereira has already played 12 matches and scored 1 goal in 2026, okay? A free kick goal, right? Oh man, not many people are noticing that. He opened the portal, right? See, it's open there. Look, the portal's open. Flamengo is down 3-0. He just opened it, right? Before the FIFA international break, you have to close that portal, huh? That's crazy, my friends. Then people say, no, that doesn't exist. The portal opened. People are already aware. Look, the partnership with Leo Ortiz has been used more by Jardim, who is trying to reorganize the defense after Flamengo conceded 24 goals in 21 games this season. So the game this Sunday is at 5:30 p.m. at Maracanã. I'll bring you all the information. And besides Leo Pereira, the team should also have Varela back among the starters, which is very important. The fans are even talking about Varela playing on the left with Danilo playing on the right. A lot of people are suggesting that, okay? Fans are asking for Danilo to start playing like he does on the Brazilian national team, playing at right back so Varela can move to left back. And then Flamengo is considering signing a fullback in the middle of the year. Okay? So Flamengo fans are worried, right? Flamengo just had their last training session before facing Santos, right? Flamengo TV even released footage of Flamengo's training session to the press, right? The team stayed in camp, right? Flamengo is also doing actually this morning a kind of training, but it's called activation, right? An activation at Nindrobu. So they stick to the schedule, okay? Jardim is always keeping that concern and this routine of sleeping at Nindrobu, staying in camp, waking up, training, doing activation on game day, all of that. So what didn't happen before happens now. So there are some important returns now, and Flamengo is keeping up training, doing this activation at Nindrobu on game day, okay? Yeah, Gabigol boarded, right? With Santos, there's a reunion between Gabigol and Flamengo's fans. He's confirmed for the match. He's recovered from swelling in the muscle of his left leg. He trained normally in the last few days and was cleared to help Santos against Flamengo. After missing the team's win over Remo, Gabigol is available again for Coach Cuca, but it's worth remembering that they also don't have Neymar, who is suspended. He got a third yellow card after he played an important role in the match against Remo, okay? So it's Neymar who's been the target of a lot of criticism for what he said. And I'll tell you guys that I'm shocked by the way society is dealing with certain things because these are things that have always been said. Ah, but things change. That's not it. Women themselves use this term. That's not it. My grandmother, my mother, everyone always used it. Soon you won't be able to mention PMS. Feels like you can't say anything now. Then I heard a lot of people saying, like, wait, but can a woman say she's fed up? The thing is, man, people are creating situations so that you can't talk about anything anymore. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. What we're seeing out there is really unfortunate. And it's not just about politics, but they try to politicize situations that shouldn't be politicized. I'll bring you the information about Flamengo's game. But we had Flamengo fans questioning that. And it's worth remembering that there have already been a few games where Ayrton Lucas didn't play well. Important games. Marcos Rizzo, right? I'll bring you the probable lineup, but I want to talk about this situation first. Flamengo fans are criticizing the lineup mainly over the inclusion of two Flamengo players, okay? So look, Ayrton Lucas, Marcos Rizzo mentioned him, Deborah Gomez mentioned him too, and we're going to get frustrated with Lino and Ayrton again. We'll also get frustrated with Daronco, right? Today is a day to get frustrated with Daronco, guys. It's unbelievable. Alex Fontes, 14, Samuelino again. Ayrton Lucas again. Where's Cebolinha? Luciano, 0874, Lucas Paquetá. No, he's not playing well at all. Even Lucas Paquetá, guys, people are upset. Lindomar Amorim. Paquetá's spot should have been Luis Araujo's. But man, Luis Araujo didn't play well in the last game either. Okay? Caio BJJ Rodriguez. Samuelino has been begging to be benched for a while now. Andre Andra D311 speaking here. Samuel must have made some kind of pact. That's the only explanation. Evandro Turismo. Would Bruno Henrique in Pedro's place be better? Man, I don't like Bruno Henrique playing as a striker, but I would use Bruno Henrique as a winger, you know? I think that in Leonardo Jardim's system, the best option would be Bruno Henrique, Campestre Benilson, Danilo instead of Ayrton, and Cebolinha instead of Samuelino. Danilo would have to come in for Varela, Varela on the left, and Cebolinha instead of Samuelino or even Bruno Henrique. That's also an option. Yeah. Alexandro, 2,294, Ayrton Lucas again. It doesn't work. Augusto Chelushena. Over on the left, it's going to be a nightmare. So the fans are worried about Ayrton Lucas being in Flamengo's lineup. We understand it's a moment where the fans are worried about Flamengo's string of slip-ups in recent games. Let's bring all the information about the game here first so we can comment on another situation afterwards. So, today Flamengo plays at 5:30 p.m. at Maracanã. It's the 10th round of the Brazilian Championship. It's the 9th round for Flamengo. Pay attention to the broadcast because if you're outside Brazil, you'll get video coverage. So the broadcast will be on TV Globo on free-to-air TV, Premiere on pay-per-view, Flamengo TV only for international viewers, and GE TV. The probable Flamengo lineup: Rossi, Varela, Leo Ortiz, Leo Pereira, and Ayrton Lucas. Everton Araujo, Ordela Cruz, Jorginho, and Arrascaeta. Paqueta, Pedro, Samuel, Lino, and Pedro. So, man, this team, yeah, with that defense, but there was Alexandre who didn't concede any goals and all. But Varela is coming back. That's important. But people are complaining a lot about Ayrton Lucas there and Samuel Lino up front, guys. I think he could try it out. I don't know how Bruno Henrique will be. He'll probably be cleared. Using Bruno Henrique would be spectacular. So, Flamengo's absences: Pulgar is suspended, Saul is recovering from heel surgery, and Alexandre is injured. The probable lineup for Santos: Gabriel Brazão, Igor, Vinicius, Lucas Verissimo, Luan Perez, and Escobar. Oliva, Gustavo Henrique, and Rolezer. Barreal and Men Gabigol. The GE lineup here: Gabigol might be a starter, okay? Barreal, Gabigol, and Moises, okay? With Cuca there, Coach Cuca, Gabigol might start, okay? So Barreal, Gabigol, and Moises. Gabigol did travel. So there's a possibility that Gabigol will be a starter. I had seen another lineup where Gabigol wasn't included, okay? But in the latest one, Gabigol is included. So sorry. The absences are Neymar and Ronnie, both suspended, okay? Gabriel Menino and Vini Lira are injured. The referee, man, I've already mentioned, but I'll say it again. Keep an eye on him. Anderson Daronco from Rio Grande do Sul. Assistants: Michael Stanislau and Thiago Americano from Santa Catarina and Rio Grande do Sul. The VAR official is Emerson de Almeida Ferreira from Minas Gerais, but the main problem is Anderson Daronco, right? That's a vendetta, man. When it's a Flamengo game, there's always a mistake against Flamengo when it's Anderson Daronco. Daronco is unbelievable, man. There's always a player sent off. He keeps stopping play the whole game. It's sad when Flamengo has Anderson Daronco as the referee, right? I'm going to bring you some important information here. We have Flamengo increasing the membership fees, causing outrage among the fans. Fans are outraged by the increase in membership fees. Flamengo increased the membership fees by 10%, with plans now ranging from 21.80 to 357.94, and the guest ticket price going up to 60 reais. The board says the adjustment is inevitable because of inflation and necessary to stay competitive. The adjustment is inevitable due to inflation and competition. The board maintains that it's inevitable. Members have criticized the lack of improvement in benefits since 2013 and complain that even though they pay the monthly fee, they still have to buy tickets, unlike at other clubs. The club says it has been investing in data and CRM to better understand the fans' profile, but has not announced any improvements to the plans so far. So, Flamengo's fan membership program. Flamengo fans are complaining a lot that there aren't many benefits, that the club membership increased, but there are no benefits. That's the reality with the membership program, right? Flamengo's is one of the most expensive, and it's also one of the ones that brings the most return to the club. If you look at Flamengo, the amount Flamengo receives from club members is higher than most. I think higher than all the other clubs. Even when they have fewer members at times than the others, they still manage to earn more. That's the reality, okay? Yeah. Então, we're also bringing you important information here, right? We brought this uh, This situation involving Pedro, okay? Several outlets are reporting that Pedro wants a 50% raise to renew with Flamengo. We will investigate throughout the day to bring you what's really happening. And the news says he wants a 50% raise, that his salary demand would be over 1.5 million per month. And that's what's holding up Pedro's contract renewal, okay? And according to information from the central website, Avante reportedly asked to extend his contract, which runs until the end of 2027. He reportedly asked for about a 50% increase in his salary. The website revealed that currently the player receives 1.1 million reais, and that with this 50% increase, which would amount to 550,000, his salary would go up to 1.65 million per month. That's a considerable amount. And there is still no decision from the Rubro Negro board regarding whether to accept it. We will try to find out exactly about the situation with Pedro's contract renewal, if Flamengo has really already been informed that he wants this raise. Because many times this comes out and the club hasn't even been informed yet. But the information that the article is reporting is that Pedro's contract renewal is stalled because of this high salary demand. Okay? Yeah. That Flamengo would be preparing a counterproposal on the financial terms. We will investigate. We will bring all this to you if Flamengo has really already received it and will prepare this counterproposal. The understanding of Flamengo's management, according to the articles that are coming out, is that the player's request for a raise would be considered high, and the idea is to offer another proposal with an increase a little lower than what was requested. Since he still has a contract until the end of next year, it's not an emergency situation, okay? The player would only be able to push harder for a renewal starting in the middle of next year, when he could sign a pre-contract with another team, okay? So far, there is no decision from either side, and the talks should continue for a while longer. You know, man, it's always about contract renewals. It's always going to be like this. There's always going to be difficulty. The understanding at Flamengo is that the arrival of Lucas Paquetá and some other players earning high salaries, it affects the decision of some players when it's time to renew to ask for this salary increase. We had Leonardo, Leo Pereira, and Rossi, right, receiving raises, adjustments, and they still haven't renewed their contracts. Yeah, Flamengo was actually pretty calm regarding their contracts too, but there was this adjustment that we mentioned here, and that's Pedro's situation, okay? Contract until the end of 2027. Flamengo is calm about this matter, about the renewal of some players, but regarding Pedro, when the end of the year comes, then you'll only have half a year left. The ideal is for Flamengo to deal with Pedro's situation as soon as possible so they can already, man, Flamengo, if we stop to think about it, Flamengo knows that there aren't that many options on the market, right? There really aren't that many options on the market. When it comes to strikers, Flamengo runs the risk of losing their only striker right after they didn't keep. Ooh. They didn't keep Rodrigo Muniz. I say this. Why do I always mention Rodrigo Muniz every time I talk about a striker? Because Rodrigo Muniz is a standout in the Premier League. He's a player who plays really well and who was at Flamengo. He was transferred for 8 million pounds or euros, I don't remember now, but 8 million. Where else can you find a striker or center forward of this quality? Who would be the best option for you today? For Pedro? No, it didn't help the club much, the amount that came in, right? And you lost. And when is Flamengo going to produce a striker like Muniz again? He was a homegrown breakout player for the club, so when will Flamengo produce another like him? It's about not knowing how to use a player developed by their own academy. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Flamengo sold a striker like Muniz, who could easily be an option for Pedro today. So then Flamengo will also be hosting Santos at Maracanã at 5:30 p.m. And in the last meeting between the teams in the competition, Flamengo came out on top by winning 3-2 on November 9, 2025, with goals from Leo Pereira, Carrascal, and Bruno Henrique. The overall history of the matchup has been very even. In 136 matches, Flamengo has 51 wins against 50 for Santos. This game is the tiebreaker. In addition to 35 draws, it's a duel that promises another intense chapter, God willing, with Flamengo winning and opening up a 2-win lead. We won't let Santos tie it up. Yeah. We got some news that came to light, right? About Michael, because look, the fans are saying that the striker is in really good form right now. They're at Aula. What's the name of the team? Aula, right? Aula. They won 4-1 with Michael scoring a beautiful goal. The player has played 8 matches with 5 goals scored and 3 assists. And he's averaging involvement in 1 goal per game at Aula, and it caused a stir among Flamengo fans. The Flamengo fans, uh, Michael is doing things in the Saudi second division. He has 5 goals and 3 assists in 8 games, and people are talking about it. He's not a star player, but not using the guy in any game was messed up, right? He was underused at Flamengo. He can play. People are talking about it. Michael's second stint wasn't good. Michael's time at Flamengo wasn't good, but people are calling it out. He really didn't get the opportunities he could have had at Flamengo. He wasn't very happy, and that's what happened, right? Because we had some players like Samuelino, Gonzalo Plata, and these players were being used while some others didn't get any playing time. In the case of Michael, Cebolinha, Luis Araujo, and then you have these players, some of whom left. You see Juninho is doing great over there in Mexico. We ended up not making use of them, not giving these players much playing time and opportunity, right? So these are situations that bother some Flamengo fans. And we're bringing this up here because really, yeah, I think there have been a lot of players who were underused at Flamengo recently. That's it. My predicted score for today, I've already told you on social media, is 2-1 or even 3-1. I think 3-1. 3-1. No, actually, maybe not. Leo Pereira is coming back, so we won't concede any goals, huh? Leo Pereira returns. Flamengo 2-0, right? 2-0 for Flamengo. Follow, like, and share on all platforms on YouTube. Subscribe, enable notifications, and like the video. Greetings, Black Jubileers. This is Flamengo. Thanks.